My name, Tyler Kaplan. I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada. I lived there for 30 years before moving to Hualien, Taiwan for about 12 now. So I originally came to Hualien to represent one factory, a Hong Kongese guy who has a factory in Hualien. He would import blocks of stone from all around the world, bring to Taiwan, cut them up like a loaf of bread, and we would export sheets of its architectural stone around the world to importers. So when the stone business slowed down in Taiwan, actually during that time I had some free time and started a plastic recycling business in Taidong. Yeah, because my business partner is a guy from California. He used to live in Hualien, but he moved to Taidong, so we opened in Taidong. So we set up a workshop, we sold the machines, we created a system around Green Island where we're trying to work with the tourism industry, waste management, education, all of these ministries in the same project. And more tourists come through our workshop. We're right by the hot springs there, so people are starting to hear about what we're doing. It's catching fire a little bit, so we're also running a little bit of a tourist destination where people can come and see what we're doing. When everything is set in Taidong, we will come to Hualien, for sure. Well, actually, I was living in Hong Kong. So I was living in Central and moved to Hualien. I felt like I made a big mistake. Yeah. Because in Central, it's all the time, people, and I came to Hualien and you cannot eat a dinner after 8 p.m. And there's no people on the street and everything closed. But the reason I came here is because actually I loved how quiet it was. The clean air, cheap food, the space. Finally, I start to spend time here and you start to see, oh, so these mountains are very beautiful and there's amazing rivers here and there's secret trails you can take, and oh, there's a beautiful ocean here and nobody's on the beach and the waves are firing and nobody's in the lineup. And I thought, wow, okay, so actually this is a paradise here. Well, I always found it funny in Taiwan, use a lot of paper. Why so much paper? Yeah, stamp 1,000 pieces of paper. There must be a way to make it faster, smaller, not push so much paper around. But I found when I do need to deal with government, and this is probably more to do with Taiwanese, is people are really happy to help foreigners. I've always felt in Taiwan, if I ever had a problem and I ever went somebody and I look confused or whatever, some nice random person will always come to me and say, can I help you? Of course, we want to teach those vendors, don't use your plastic, but if there were recycling bins around there, great. Maybe then you could sell the plastic, just goes in the place. That's another thing that drives me crazy in Taiwan is you don't have garbage cans and recycling bins outside. I know why, I understand why, but maybe we're ready to try again. Back in the day, before the new garbage and recycling system, I can understand, but now you have an amazing garbage and recycling system. Every day you have a truck. What we always say is a metaphor for the plastic situation. If you go to your bathroom and your bathtub is leaking onto the floor and the tap is still running, what is the first thing you will do? First, we need to turn off the tap. Yeah, government intervention into slowing the flow of single-use plastic. Yeah, having recycling bins or teaching people, if you do get plastic, here's how to handle it. Here's how to keep the value in your single-use item. In Hualien, to have some kind of education system in the elementary schools, have the kids go and teach their parents, Korea does it, Japan does it. They sort and they sort their plastic a little better. Here we just put everything into one recycle truck.